So yesterday there was a hack attempt on my website, neilmatthews.com. So in this video I want to show you how I noticed it and how I reacted to that hack attempt and how it pays to have security hardening in place before you actually attacked. So what happened? Yesterday about 4 o'clock I started getting a lot of entries from my contact form and they all look like this. I was talking about hundreds here, so it first started about 10 and then I refreshed my inbox, it was 20, 30, 40 and I opened these to see what there was going on about. Let's just have a look at one of these entries now. And so it's a bogus email address, a weird vulnerability website that allows people to host scripts, and I immediately became suspicious. So my inbox was fast filling up with all these entries. This is how I dealt with the attack and how I stopped them getting back in. So the first thing I did was, on my form, I disabled the form. So they were hitting my main work with me form, so I simply just disabled it like that. That stops the entries. Bit of an annoyance, but no real danger at the moment. There's just loads and loads of entries filling up my inbox. So I switched off that, then I jumped over to my WordFence plugin and I went to the live traffic. And what I could see is literally thousands of hits against my site, all looking like that. So what they were doing was probing my weaknesses and trying to find vulnerabilities on my site. So obviously trying to get in using brute force. Oops, yeah, from this morning. So if we look at an example, we can see the IP address, and you can't make this up, can you? I'm being attacked from Wuhan in China. Look at this one, for example, that's probably better. So they're busy probing into the WP content, looking for gravity forms, that kind of thing. Somewhere that start looking for weaknesses in my themes and all that kind of stuff. So this just looks like this. For example, they're looking for dash icons min.css for some reason. Perhaps there's a vulnerability in that I don't know about. So they're probing my site and they're trying to find vulnerabilities they could exploit. They obviously have a long list of vulnerabilities and it's just going over and over again trying to find those vulnerabilities and bring my site down. I think they were hitting my gravity forms as a denial of service type attack. So if my inbox filled up, I'd never be able to find anything. Have I upset somebody in China? I've got no idea. My feeling is it was just a script kiddie trying to get jollies of hacking somebody's account who claims to be a WordPress consultant. So what did I do? Well, they were only coming from one IP address, so the solution was fairly easy. In the firewall of WordFence, I was able to block their IP address. I'll show you how that works. In the firewall, there's a blocking section, and I went to the IP address, typed in that IP address, give it a reason, gravity forms, denial of service attack, and that IP address was blocked. It didn't stop them attempting to hit my site for a good, I was watching this for a good hour or so, and I could see the live traffic was still going and heading upwards, but they were being blocked by that IP address restriction. So you can see I was still getting thousands of hits, but they were being effectively blocked by WordFence. I decided to take it up to the next level. I have Cloudflare installed on my site as a performance tool, but Cloudflare also has a firewall in it. So let's jump over to that now. So here's my Cloudflare dashboard, As I said, I use Cloudflare mainly for performance. It offers me a CDN or content delivery network to speed up the loading on my site, but it also has this firewall. And what I've done is I've added a rule, a firewall rule, to Cloudflare to prevent this this person or persons even getting to my site. So they're blocked at the Cloudflare layer rather than having to go to my website. Because although they are being protected by word fence, they are hitting and causing some performance hit on my site. I could have just blocked that IP address, but it is perfectly feasible that that person could swap their IP address and use a different one. So I added a rule, created a firewall rule, and I selected country equals China. So I've got the entire country of China with that rule. So unfortunately nobody from China can now access my website. If you have a geographically how am I trying to say this? If your business revolves around one geographic location, it makes sense possibly to firewall all of the countries except the ones that you want to access your site. But I'm just blocking China at the minute. And as you can see, I added that rule 5 yesterday, and they haven't been back since. So looks like this German site is doing exactly the same to me. And it's surprising how many attempts to get your site there are when you start watching the live traffic on WordFence. So I went to the cleanup. Nothing bad happened. They didn't get into my site. They just caused a nuisance with all those entries from my contact form. So I had to go through my inbox and delete all of those emails. Bit of a pain, but you know, no harm done. I also had to go into my FreshBooks accounting software because those I've got no automation in place. Every time that form is completed, it creates a blank quote in my FreshBooks system. So I couldn't delete all those as well. So in the end, they didn't get in because I had hardened security before the attack happened. So I highly recommend you look into getting WordFence, look into getting Cloudflare in place, ready just to protect your site should the worst happen. If you need help with that, get in touch. I've got a security hardening package. Request a quote and I'll happily send you that.